Accident Man is a murderer and he makes his murders look like accidents. And he's very good at it. He's the man who foils forensics. And Accident Man is coming out in 2014 as a graphic novel from Titan Books, who previously published Watchmen, Dark Knight, Judge Dredd, and Martial Law. And it's also been published in the past by Dark Horse Comics of America. And now what we're also working on is the screenplay, which we've come to the end of our second draft on. And that's looking good. It tells the whole story of him, where he commits these perfect crimes. For example, a suicide, or a supposed suicide, which is actually a really ingenious murder. And then he goes on his way. Life is treating him well. He's paid enormous sums of money for his crimes. And then his ex-wife dies supposedly in an accident. And of course he knows as a professional that it was a hit. And she's a green activist, and there's some reason why she was murdered, and he has to find out why, and that leads him into a whole web of conspiracy. Very much the kind of things that Accident Man does are almost foreshadowing today's headlines. We often hear about someone supposedly committing suicide, supposedly having a heart attack, and it's those kind of things that we draw on. And it's what I would describe as a British take on assassins, which people I'm sure will be relieved about, because you're not going to get that American thing where he feels guilty about what he's done and he looks for redemption and all that crap. Yes, he has feelings, he has to look at himself and where he's going, but there isn't any of this phony redemption. He is a professional assassin. And we bring out a lot of comedy in the screenplay. There's a lot of jokes, there's a lot of humor that relieves that. He isn't some kind of relentless robot assassin. He's a human being and he enjoys life. He's into designer clothes and he has a lot of fun, but he also has to reflect on his life, but it's done in an honest way, not in a bullshit way. After Accident Man has committed his crimes, he then suffers from what he jokingly refers to as PMT, post-murder tension. And he has to go out somewhere and pick a fight with someone. So that this is not just a kind of conspiracy thriller, it's also an action thriller, because this guy is a martial artist. And some of the fight scenes that we have are really quite extraordinary. And we're very privileged to have in the role of Accident Man himself, Master Paul Lapsley, who is 5th Dan and current British and world karate champion. And I've seen him in action and it's just breathtaking. It's just so exciting. And we could not have a better Accident Man than Master Paul.